It is now official. Sonia Gandhi has moved to the Rajya Sabha, marking the end of one era in politics and perhaps signaling the beginning of the entry of Priyanka Gandhi Vadra into electoral politics. I'm Barkha Dutt. You're with the Mojo story. After much speculation, the official news is out. Sonia Gandhi, who has been literally the matriarch of the Congress party now for many years, is moving to the Rajya Sabha in what's seen as not exactly a retirement, but certainly a recasting of roles, a repositioning of roles. Sonia Gandhi has quite literally held the Congress together. Even those who have rebelled against, let's say, Rahul Gandhi or left the party do not typically criticize Sonia Gandhi. This step back, because let's face it, it is a step back, will have its own impact on the organization, the structure, and the internal politics of the Congress party. To talk about not just what the end of this one era signals, but also what it might mean for the next Gandhi to step into the electoral spotlight, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, as yet much debated about, but still untested in electoral waters. Let's introduce our guests on the program today as we look at this big developing political story. Varun Singh, political analyst, joins us today on the program. Welcome back, Varun, after a long time. Aarti Jairaj, veteran columnist and journalist, is with us. Always a pleasure. Aarti. Rashid Kidwai, author and journalist, somebody who knows the Congress like the inside of his hand, the back of his hand. Welcome back to the program. And Tehseen Poonawala, a die-hard supporter of the Congress, but always with a few caveats. What does he make of what's happening today? All that and more coming up. Let's first talk about Ashok Gehlot, former Chief Minister of Rajasthan, going on the record on what Sonia Gandhi's move to the Rajya Sabha might mean for the party. Remember, this is a Rajya Sabha entry from Rajasthan.
सबसे बड़ी बात है प्रधानमंत्री का पद छोड़ दिया तो मैं गर्व है कि जिसने प्रधानमंत्री पद छोड़ दिया हो वो एक महान नेता और वो किसी राज्य में जाके बन सकती थी राज्यसभा मेंबर उन्होंने चयन किया अगर राजस्थान का आज ये खबर पूरे देश में दुनिया में जाएगी कि सोनिया गांधी जी जो महान नेता देश की वो उन्होंने राज्यसभा में राजस्थान से जाने का चयन किया है तो आप सोच सकते हो राजस्थान का जो राजस्थान की चर्चा देश की दुनिया में होगी आज.
Now, what's interesting is that Ashok Gehlot says that Sonia Gandhi is a Mahan Neta because she could have been Prime Minister and she chose not to. But Neerja Chaudhary's excellent book actually makes the argument that Sonia Gandhi was all set to be Prime Minister and it was Rahul Gandhi, her son, who dissuaded her. And Rahul Gandhi said that he feared that his mother would be killed. And Rahul Gandhi virtually gave, in a sense, choose me or the Prime Ministership choice to Sonia Gandhi. So I just wanted to make that point because Mr. Gehlot underlined that. Nevertheless, let's start the conversation. Tehseen Poonawala, what does this mean? Because it isn't just the end of one Congress era. It is possibly and quite likely the beginning of another. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra all set, reports suggest, to enter the electoral fray from Rae Bareli. But this could expose Rae Bareli to a great amount of vulnerability, especially, given what we saw happen in Amethi with Rahul Gandhi. Your first thoughts at this development, Tehseen?
Thank you so much, Barkha, for having me on the show, and good evening to all my fellow panelists. There are two ways to look at this. Point number one, and I think the two should be kept separate. Priyanka ji entering and Sonia ji going through Rajya Sabha. I think Sonia ji going through Rajya Sabha was more or less, everybody knew about it, not just for the last 1 week as being speculated, but prior to that, I think even 2019, 2020, it was that Mrs. Gandhi would not contest a direct election again. So I think that was something that people and the Congress had expected. She was even reluctant to become Congress president again. She was forced to become interim president when Rahul ji resigned as president. So again, that is very well documented. And she's done yeoman service to the Congress party. Of course, in hindsight, there will always be things that people can look back and say that these are good, these are bad. But the fact of the matter remains, she did not become prime minister when she could have, for whatever reasons. Could have been Rahul Gandhi ji, but she didn't become two. While she was in government, this 10 years, despite being a minority, she gave a stable government and she did revive the Congress. The Congress also faced an existential crisis when she came into politics or when she stepped into politics. It was shrinking. She managed to not just stop that shrink, she managed to defeat somebody like Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, who was a great statesman. She managed to hold on a government with 140 odd MPs with the support of the left. She managed to pass the nuclear deal along with Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh. She managed to give us some guarantees like whether they are Manrega, right to education, um, right to information, some fabulous reformist movements. UPA one was fantastic. She and Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh were the principal cause of why UPA 2 got an extended mandate, particularly the Congress went to 206 seats. And she served her tenure well. Some decisions, I think, advisors after her who took that were associated with the other successors. For example, indulging the Anna movement, which shouldn't have been indulged, buying down to media pressure as it was done, should not have been done. That is what led to the Congress's rapid decline. Other things like, for example, bringing in the Youth Congress elections, these were the things that brought in the decline of the Congress. Mrs. Gandhi ran a good, stable government. What I really appreciate about Mrs. Gandhi is she didn't pretend to be somebody else. She knew very well what her strengths were. She knew exactly what her weaknesses were. We all have strengths and weaknesses. She played to her strengths. She guarded her weakness. I think that is really, and she's been dignified. It just reminds me when a union minister recently attacked her when Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary ji used Rashtrapatni for the president of India. Obviously, because his Hindi isn't so good, it wasn't intentional. But this union minister went really rampage on her and started attacking her. Everybody, even in the BJP, was quiet and they didn't appreciate it. So Mrs. Gandhi brings upon a very calming factor. Even in the opposition, there's respect. Prime Minister Modi himself has attacked her personally. Pramod Mahajanji, the late Pramod Mahajanji did, and they realized their mistakes and they took that back. They didn't repeat that. She does enjoy a lot of warmth with the country, across the country. Just one last thing. I'm a business partner in an app which does AI-based surveys of constituencies. And when we did of Telangana, about the 11,000 odd people we got across demography, all of them, the 80% of them, one of the reasons voting for Congress, not the only reason, I said this in your podcast, was Mrs. Gandhi being referred to as Amma. So I think she has that instinct that connect. And I think that's helped her good.
Okay, I'm going to open this up, but I can't help listening to Tehseen, and it feels like a eulogy. Not that Mrs. Gandhi, may she live long, but what I mean is it's certainly an acknowledgement that this is the end of active politics for Sonia Gandhi, right?
It is. Yeah. It's been for some time, na Barkha? It's been for some time. If and Rashid will tell you this, if anyone goes to Mrs. Gandhi, say for an appointment or for some political work, she says, please talk to Mr. Gandhi or talk to now Khargeji. So she's very clear. This end has been for some time. Had Ghulam Nabi not forced her to become interim president, it would have been earlier. Even while Rahulji was vice president, she'd always be like, please go and talk to Mr. Gandhi. So that end has been there for some time.
But the fact, Rashid, and let me actually bring in Rashid now. The fact is, Rashid, that Sonia Gandhi has been called upon every time there are cracks in the Congress, every time that they can't reach a decision. There's a Rahul Gandhi who refuses to step up and lead the party officially. There are divisions, there are camps. It is Mrs. Gandhi who's turned to again and again. As Tehseen mentioned, she did not want to be the interim president of the Congress party. Her hand was forced by her son, who simply refused to take on that role. Now you have a Mr. Kharge in play, but the Congress is perhaps fighting the fight of its life. It's the last moment at which they can perhaps afford to lose Sonia Gandhi from an active role. What impact do you see this having, Rashid?
Well, I think Barkha Sonia Gandhi is active in politics, was active, and will continue to be. Had she taken a retirement, a kind of not entering parliament, then that would have made world of difference. Then I would have said that yes, it is like she's getting into retirement mode and all. She's very active. Barkha, you look around all over the world, particularly in India, the dynastic parties, they have more than one or two or three, sometimes members. There's so many of them. You look at Mulayam Singh's party, you look at Karunanidhi's party, you look at Badal's, Abdullah. There's several of them. They have more than two members. Now, in that we see a tendency that legacy passes on to one person. One person becomes very important. Like let's say in the case of MK Stalin, Tejasvi, Ajit Pawar, some would say, though he switched the other side. There are a lot of things. Now this is becoming a very interesting thing in the Congress politics. If Priyanka Gandhi is to come and contest Lok Sabha elections, though I have my own doubts, because the less than 100 days are left, and Raebareli is not an easy thing for Priyanka, and she cannot afford.
You think it might be too late for Priyanka Gandhi?
Yeah, I'm just going by reports. I'm just saying that if she contests Raebareli, then obviously this is going to be the legacy question is going to become very pronounced. So this will become a situation where Gandhis like it or not, but they will be think elected Priyanka Gandhi from Raebareli would become as a counterweight, a counterbalance, politically speaking, to
Mhm.
Rahul Gandhi. And Rahul Gandhi has been a leader at large, and we can go on having a debate about the role of Rahul Gandhi. That's a different subject. What I'm saying is, at this point of time, Sonia Gandhi seems to be acting swiftly, just to which we don't give a lot of importance, is about retaining ten Janpath. That just like we say, about Jyotiraditya Scindia, when he left the Congress, there were many factors, and one very important factor was, securing back that 27th of the Jung Road that his father had, and he lived there, he grew up there, and all. Ten
So
Janpath
you
is a
you you
milestone.
you you actually think that's a factor?
Absolutely, because you see, if Sonia Gandhi doesn't contest or doesn't win from Raebareli, then she would have to vacate Tenjanpa. There is no way. This government is not benevolent that if Priyanka Gandhi becomes member of parliament, Lok Sabha member of parliament or Rajya Sabha member of parliament, they are going to give type 7, type 8 house to her. And
Okay.
Tenjanpa is not just another house. It's like a, I mean, it's a very relatable thing to the Congress, perhaps like just like 24 Akbar Road. So and Sonia has a lot of emotional reasons to be, because that was the house that was way back, Barkha, you remember, in 1989 was allotted to Rajiv Gandhi. So those are houses where there's a house where Rajiv Gandhi actually lived. So she has a lot of bond, and then a lot of structure, and all those offices and all also come up. So this is a thing, I think. So that is one major reason why she has chosen to be there, that she wants to be. Look, in dynasty politics, it's not about there's not so much of morality is involved. They always try to cut losses. So whatever is happening in the in Indian
Okay.
politics now, Gandhi's and particularly Sonia and Rahul and Priyanka, they want to see how they can
So
continue
so
this.
so what's
Just one last point. Just
yeah,
one last
sure.
point, Barkha,
Sure,
that you
sure.
see, May 2024 is going to be very important in the sense of for Gandhis and Congress, regardless of what is the outcome. So while split should have taken place in 2014, 2019, but 2024 would mark a kind of significant thing on that count. So Gandhis are bracing, preparing themselves for it, because it's not going to be
So
the.
in a way, you're saying, Rashid, that the Gandhis are preparing themselves for the worst.
Well, you can say that. I mean, we cannot predict outcome, but we
Yeah.
can see that coming.
Okay, let's play out before we come to Aarti and Varun a short clip of Sonia Gandhi. She did not make, a lot of speeches from the floor of the house, not so many, and so the few times that she did speak, it was vastly commented on. Let's take a look at one such speech and then come back to the panel and to Aarti and Varun. Take a look.
अध्यक्ष महोदय, खुद मेरी जिंदगी का यह बहुत मार्मिक क्षण है। पहली दफा स्थानीय निकायों में स्त्री की भागीदारी तय करने वाला संविधान संशोधन मेरे जीवन साथी राजीव गांधी जी ही लाए थे। उन्होंने लाए थे जो राज्यसभा में 7 वोटों से गिर गया था। बाद में प्रधानमंत्री पीवी नरसिम्हा राव जी के नेतृत्व में कांग्रेस सरकार ने ही उसे पारित कराया। आज उसी का नतीजा है कि देश भर के स्थानीय निकायों के जरिए हमारे पास 15 लाख चुनी हुई महिला नेता है। राजीव गांधी जी का सपना अभी तक आधा ही पूरा हुआ है। इस बिल के पारित होने के साथ ही वह पूरा होगा।
Okay, that is, of course, Sonia Gandhi in the women's reservation bill debate just recently, to Aarti and Varun, and then we'll come back to Tehseen. Aarti, the fact is that Sonia Gandhi referenced her husband a fair bit, and I think in many ways that was the reason that she remained in politics. Left to herself, she may have made a different set of choices, but then now it is being argued that the the sort of legend that Sonia Gandhi never wanted to be prime minister was not strictly true. It had everything to do with her son. Be that as it may, it's all in the past. Looking ahead, this will now be a challenge for Priyanka Gandhi if indeed she's going to replace the mother in Rae Bareli. That initial enigma around Priyanka, that has evaporated to some degree, and yet she's never actually run for office. What do you think is the immediate impact of Sonia's switch?
Well, I think firstly, I agree with Rashid that this is not retirement. I think, apart from maybe the need to retain Ten Janpad, I think the Congress party needs to retain her in parliament because,
Yeah.
she does not just provides leadership to the Congress, but she also is a very good interlocutor with allies and with other parties. Whenever the Congress has faced difficulties, whether internally or with its partners and allies, Sonia Gandhi has had to come to the rescue. So I think they very much need her in parliament, and she will continue to play that role from the Rajya Sabha, not the Lok Sabha, but from the Rajya Sabha. But obviously, she's talked about retiring many times, but yet she has never really stepped back and said that, okay, farewell, goodbye, this is it.
Yeah.
So she is very much, active. As far as Priyanka is concerned, look, this question mark has always been there about when will Priyanka enter politics? Will she become an MP or not? However, is it that going to be that easy for Priyanka to contest from Raebareli and win? I mean, today UP looks, especially after the Ram Mandir, UP looks pretty much going the BJP way. And, I think we can be fairly certain, just like the BJP went out of its way to defeat Rahul Gandhi in Amethi last time by fielding Smriti Irani, they will spring some kind of a surprise to try and defeat Priyanka in Raebareli. Now, if Priyanka ends up losing, the Lok Sabha election when she contests for the first time, that will completely damage her. She will no longer be that enigmatic, weapon that the Congress can pull out when needed. So, I mean, I think it's a very, very tough decision for the Congress, for Priyanka to take, whether they should expose Priyanka and let her, contest the Raebareli election only to lose, or whether they should keep her back for another day, or maybe field her from a safer seat.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that naturally the Congress would like to somehow regain its, a toehold in UP, which it seems to have lost. I mean, last time the only seat they won was Raebareli. So, I think they would like to, retain that toehold and try and spread themselves more. So I don't know how they will do it, because right now things look pretty bad for the Congress in UP. Things look pretty bad for everybody in UP, actually, as if
Yeah.
this Ram Mandir, sort of exhilaration continues to dominate the horizon in UP. So,
I'll take that to Tehseen in a moment, but Varun, first to you. The fact is that that this is something that again is going to give the BJP a chance to sort of guffaw, say ye to ek hi parivar ki kahani hai. Yet the BJP seems to be opening its doors very much to all sorts of imports from the Congress, be it Ashok Chavan, be it a whole legion of so-called second generation Congress leaders, many of whom are dynasts themselves. Right? Varun, how do you look at this moment?
First thing, I agree to everything that Rashid said. In the morning, I was having a discussion with someone, and it was clear that they do not want to let go the Das Janpat house, which has many reasons which has many emotions attached to Sonia Gandhi. And it is not a retirement. And secondly, whatever my sources from BJP and other parties say in UP, Priyanka Gandhi probably is not going to be the candidate from Raebareli, because as it is less of a time, and it isn't, as Aarti rightly pointed out, in UP, it is more of a BJP wave right now, not just with Ram Mandir, but with many other aspects that are being spoken about in Uttar Pradesh. Even Samajwadi Party is not at its very good shape over there. Thirdly, about all these political leaders from Congress joining the Bharatiya Janata Party, I think many people have realized, I see it in a very different way. Someone had asked me the question, how can I actually endorsed it. basically all these leaders who felt that they want to win elections. No one is in politics to do only social work, and to do social work, they will have to win elections. And by staying with the Congress right now, I don't think the chances of them winning is more. Right now, I just before you must be aware that Milind Deora has been nominated to the Rajya Sabha by Shiv Sena right now. He knew that if he was going to be there in the Congress party, he wouldn't win even if he contests a Lok Sabha, and for him to be sent to Rajya Sabha was a far-fetched dream right now. So most of these people know that to work, they will have to switch sides, because the Congress doesn't have the chances in any part of the country right now, except a few in may it be Himachal or may it be Telangana. I don't see anywhere, or Karnataka, to be honest, that the Congress is winning many seats, and that is the reason why these leaders are switching. And I don't see it. Everyone wants to win elections, may it be a political party or maybe may it be a politician. And in terms of Sonia Gandhi, I think high time she gives make the senior people in the party make way for the juniors over there. Sonia Gandhi has made it by going to Rajya Sabha. Probably it would have been good if she would have stayed back at home and given someone else a candidature from Rajya Sabha, a younger face like Sachin Pilot. How the BJP does, Lal Krishna Advani, Murli Manohar Joshi, everyone is sitting at home and the new faces are making entry.
Yeah. So I'm going to bring this question, a lot of these questions, to Tehseen, you're of course also related by marriage to Priyanka Gandhi Vadra's family. But in a moment, we now have BJP leaders saying it isn't just Sonia Gandhi, it's also Rahul Gandhi who's going to end up next in Rajya Sabha. Take a look and I'll come right back at you.
कांग्रेस अध्यक्ष सोनिया गांधी को इस बार राज्यसभा जाना पड़ रहा है। जाना ही पड़ेगा। अभी तो सोनिया गांधी जी गई है, कुछ दिन के बाद राहुल गांधी को भी जाना पड़ेगा।
Okay, Tehseen, there's also a very interesting tweet by the Assam Chief Minister today. Take a close look at this picture. Literally, this is a 2018 picture, and I would say, other than Sachin Pilot and maybe Madhu Yaski, every single leader in this picture, or 80% of this picture, because I just spotted the Pinder Huda who hasn't shifted, has moved. And today, when we talk about Sonia Gandhi entering Rajya Sabha, so has RPN Singh from the BJP, so has Milind Deora, as it were, from the Eknath Shinde group of the Shiv Sena. So this is actually what the Congress is going through. Now to talk about Priyanka Gandhi. All three of our other panelists say it isn't going to be easy for Priyanka to step into her mother's shoes. She's never actually run for office before, and the beginning cannot be Rae Bareli, where there's a saffron wave. Do you agree?
Thank you, Barkha. I do agree that it won't be easy for Priyanka ji to step into Mrs. Gandhi's shoes. Of course, it won't be easy. Secondly, in my opinion, not as somebody who's related, but somebody as a political analyst, I think Priyanka ji was misused or wasted in Uttar Pradesh, where the party did not have an organization. If Priyanka ji has to fight, in my opinion, it should be from some other states rather than Uttar Pradesh. That's my personal opinion. I don't think that your best orators, Priyanka ji and Sachin Pilot are the two best orators today in the Congress, in bilingual, English and Hindi. Manish Tiwari, of course, in Parliament, but publicly it's Sachin and Priyanka Gandhi. I don't think your best orators should fight battles which are tough. I genuinely don't feel so. Even Prime Minister Modi in his first election chose 2 seats, Gujarat and Uttar Pradesh. He didn't go only to Uttar Pradesh. So that's all right. Maybe 2 seats is fine, but I do believe that there should be you're in war. It should be precise attacks. It can't just be bravado for the sake of bravado, according to me. There must be strategy behind an attack. So strategy is something that the Congress party is at this moment struggling with. Some of the advisors, and I come back to the advisors, I don't really understand the strategy. I find it appalling. I find it hard to understand. I find it very difficult to understand the strategies. And there is a white paper now coming up I've seen it, against the only person who's helped the Congress win in Karnataka and Telangana. There's a problem out there, and the same left loonies are doing it. So there is some strategy issues in the Congress. I also want to add a point. I never said Mrs. Gandhi.
But who do you blame for this? I've always argued this with you. You keep blaming the advisors, the left loonies, as you call them, as if the Gandhis are some passive sort of force and not making choices of their own. Somebody has put these advisors in roles, right?
Yeah, and they should now check on these advisors, because if you're going to attack those who've helped you win elections, there'll be a problem there. the same people, even if you leave Mrs. Gandhi uh, out of the list, the others who've gone, and Nasir Hussain, of course, had to go because he's working with Khargeji and he's contributed. He's all right. I mean, some of these people who are in the list, I'm not taking all the names. Some of them, Chandrakant was, of course, defeated by a Congress MLC. Who Chandrakant Handori ji was the first candidate of the Congress. He was defeated by the second candidate of the Congress, who I may think there is talks of him going. I don't know if he's going or not, but there are talks of him going. So the official first Congress candidate was defeated. So he's been accommodated. He's a decent guy. But if you see some of the other people in that list, at Rajya Sabha, you wonder, and because I speak on TV, I wonder why somebody like Pawan not there. He comes day in and day out, fights. He's articulate. He's good. He speaks English, Hindi. He's good. He's passionate. He comes with research. Many times I call him up and ask him for points, as I call up Rashid ji. So sometimes you wonder, are it the same old tired people? So I agree with you. Sometimes the buck stops at you. Of course it does stop at you, but these things have to be discussed and debated even more in the Congress. As I'm right now in Karnataka, there's a little bit, I've got a few MLAs who are very upset with some of the names there. It's terrible. It shouldn't happen that way.
Okay.
And that's young people.
So you're basically
who've
saying
gone.
that you don't agree with the Congress decision making, but as always, you insulate the Gandhis from that blame, Tehseen. Like, you can't keep saying
No,
left wing,
I actually didn't like. No, I'm not. Today I'm not.
Yeah.
Today I'm not. Today I'm going to say I felt I was personally hurt when Milind went. I was personally hurt. I don't think Ashok Chavan should have left. And this fake business of getting upset because Ashok Chavan's name came because of 2 flats. The people who blamed Ashok Chavan for 2 flats have taken him. The BJP ran a campaign, ABC, A for Ashok Chavan of Adarsh, B for Baramati Kaji Pawar, C for Chhagan Bhujbal of the irrigation of the Maharashtra Southern scam. ABC are today in BJP. What was our point? When I because I support of removing Ashok Chavan, who removes a Maharashtra chief minister for 2 flats? For 2 flats, and losing somebody like Ashok Chavan. Barkha, you have no idea. Anybody except perhaps Varun, the impact it's going to have on the Congress. You think Ashok Chavan's going alone? You really think Ashok Chavan's going alone? You may play it up, and the social media of the Congress may play it up. Not even a corporator from Nanded is gone. I know they're playing it up and they're trolling him. Believe you me, he's not going alone. I know Ashok Chavan. Ashok Chavan was the chief minister who kept Ajit Pawar in check. He kept home ministry with him. Ashok Chavan was that chief minister. Vilas Rauji was very nice. You take him. Ashok Chavan was an alpha. And you removed him for 2 flats. I think it's terrible.
Okay, that's a number of critical observations by Tehseen Rashid about a party he supports. He reminded me that Pawan Khera last year actually said, again, there was that similar discussion, कि will he be in Rajya Sabha or not, and he said, "Shayad meri tapasya mein kuch kami reh gayi." Right? Now you have heard what Tehseen just said about the Rajya Sabha choices that have been made by the Congress party, the advisors that he blames, the churn within the Congress. The fact is that, as Aarti said, the Congress probably needs Sonia Gandhi today much more than it's ever needed Sonia Gandhi before, right? Rahul Gandhi does not have a consensus-building approach. We don't know enough about Priyanka Gandhi. It's remained a behind-the-veil role. Go ahead and remark on some of the points that Tehseen has raised, Rashid.
Yeah, so I think Barkha Congress is facing, real crisis. They don't have a ideology that is strong enough to counter the BJP. They don't have vote bank. They don't have a strategy to retain their own people. Look at Ashok Chavan. Ashok Chavan's complaint for the last 2 years had been that, there was a BJP kind of leader, BJP MP, who was heading the Maharashtra Congress unit. Now imagine somebody who's opposing, Nana Patel on grounds of his previous affiliation with the BJP. In protest, he joins the BJP. So this is a kind of level of ideology that exists in Maharashtra Congress. Mr. Tehseen Punewala can defend Ashok Chavan, but he doesn't have any. I mean, he has a right to choose. He has a right to learn and live. That is fine. But the kind of thing that he's giving, explanation is giving, there are no takers. I think Gandhi's note is a very simple in Congress. Everybody is fighting a grim battle of survival. कि आज का दिन बीत जाए, कल देखेंगे. So that is a strategy that is there, and I don't actually find fault with them. That is their survival instinct. That is there. Now what do they do? Because all these problems are there in the Congress, there are only 2 type of people: those who work and others who let them. So, Pawan Khera and, Prithviraj Chauhan, Sachin Pilot, there's so many, you can go on, they'll continue to work, they'll be with the party, and there'll be others who will be getting, offices, perks, etc. and position. So this is something is there in every organization, and it's there in the Congress also. The Congress faces very bleak future, and there is no strategy. So therefore, it is just at this point of time, they are just guided by this thing, survival, and how to just see, 24. At least Gandhis are not, thrown out of Congress. In any other political party, in any other part of the world, maybe there would have been a revolt. The problem, Barkha, is that, and Tehseen may not admit it, Congress does not know what to do with Rahul Gandhi because of his, temperament, bent of mind. He may be a very fine thinker, but he is a bit of a misfit in that they do not know what to do with Priyanka Gandhi.
I want to pick up this last point because I think it's at the heart of the conversation. In any other party in other parts of the world, the Gandhis may have been thrown out. The Congress does not know what to do with Rahul Gandhi. Sonia Gandhi is a different, different entity. We all agree on that. Tehseen, before Aarti and Varun come in with last comments, you had an interjection, Tehseen?
Yeah, I just wanted to say to Rashidji, I'm not defending Ashok Chavan, but I do feel bad when good people leave, whether it's Ashok Chavan or it's Milind Deora or it's some of these good people. And I'm very old-fashioned, Rashidji. I do believe that we must look within why good people are leaving, why people who work are not being rewarded. I think you should. Introspection is always good. Yeah, if you think you're surviving one day, well, that's not how the BJP functioned. When they came down to 2 seats, they thought of something for the next 50 years, 75 years. Even in Prime Minister Modi's speeches, he talks about a 1,000-year plan. Now, that may or may not be true. I am saying that we must think, we must have the ability to think larger. Simply survival against a Modi Shah duo is not acceptable because they will crush you. We are not going to survive to fight another day because they set the agenda. You have to take the fight to them. And every time Rahul Gandhi has taken the fight to them, Karnataka, Gujarat, I'm talking about 2017-18, they've been uncomfortable. By not doing something is worse. That was Narasimha Rao's idea. Not doing something is doing something. You have to fight now. And that is a problem. I'm just asking you, Rashid ji, and I ask this with humility. 146 or 149 opposition MPs are thrown out. What should have happened if it were 149 BJP MPs or 146 BJP MPs thrown out of parliament? What did Congress do? That is what I'm saying. You should hit the street. That is the point. Politically, you have to be on the street. You're not doing it. That is a problem.
Okay, Rashid, quickly, and also I wanted to make a correction. We briefly attributed 1 minute because Tehseen will call me later. We briefly attributed the comment on in any other party Gandhis would have been thrown out to Tehseen. It was said by Rashid.
That's not me. I will get a notice for being a non-existing member.
I made that mistake, so I'm correcting it. I just thought before you call me later. Rashid, go ahead. Yes.
So, Barkha, that's a real problem. The Congress and opposition lacks aggression. In one of your programs, we had discussed this. When Rahul Gandhi was disqualified and it was a very kind of flimsy ground, the party did not protest. If they had resigned, what did they gain in the last 6-8 months in parliament? Why they could not resign? And put up pressure, brought it in public domain, hit the street. There is no street fight in the Congress. Today also the BJP, when it's a ruling party, it is able to make its point. Farmers are able to make their point. It is only the Congress and the combined opposition which is so helpless and sense of despondency sets in. They could not have. I'm seeing first election, Barkha, you have seen a lot of election. Aarti has seen a lot of election where there is no prime ministerial candidate in sight. Formal, informal also. So what is this kind of strategy?
Yeah.
So this is very bizarre. That is what I'm saying. So Barkha, we saw. I was in school and college in 1984. In 1984 also, till the results came out, you see, it was not that opposition was not down and out. They were very much in contest. That famous, Chandrasekhar's Yatra and all had to do with 1984. It's only when 84 results came out that people realized, Chandrasekhar ji himself lost his election.
Here's the point, Varun. Before I give Aarti the last word, one on Ashok Chavan's exit. Rashid and Tehseen has a slightly different perspective. But two, I think Rashid is very perceptive in saying, and Tehseen also, they agree on this. And Aarti, where is the opposition on the street? Today, Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra is not seen as a focused, targeted opposition to the government. It's seen as more of a feel good, create conviviality, create good photo ops. I'm not underestimating the importance of what that did for his brand the first time around. I think the second time around, it's been mistimed. But all opposition to this government comes from people's-led movements, whatever you may think of the farmers' protests, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, whatever. The fact is the government will engage with them. They will pay more attention to what they are saying and not to the political opposition. That's the truth. Varun, go ahead.
Before I make any comment, पता नहीं मुझे दिल से बहुत बुरा लगा है. अगर मैं तहसीन के नजदीक होता तो I would have just went and hugged him. I feel he's very sad. And secondly, I would have asked Rashid ji what had he had in the breakfast or lunch कि आज इतनी सच्चाई, कड़वी सच्चाई भी बोल रहे हैं. So I'm very happy to be with both of you. Secondly, what Tehseen said about Ashok Chauhan, I would just say a simple thing. Yeah, the Congress, actually, I don't know why they. I was at the Vidhan Sabha that day when they fired or asked Ashok Chauhan to quit, and then Prithviraj Chauhan was brought in, which turned out to be a disaster for Maharashtra, for Congress in Maharashtra. And no, Rashid ji, एक छोटा सा correction है. Ashok Chauhan didn't blame Nana Patole for being a BJP man. He blamed Nana Patole for not working and not listening to people in the party. So that is one small difference that I can tell you about Ashok Chauhan. And yes, there is no opposition over here. No one in the opposition wants to remain in opposition. Remember, there is a simple thing. No politician wants to be without power for long. And most of the leaders in the Congress, most of the leaders in the NCP, most of the leaders in the Janata Dal, United over there, or any other place you see wherever they are quitting and joining the Bharatiya Janata Party or its ally, they want to be as winners, as politicians who have the power to work, and that is the only thing. And again, I think the Gandhis would, show a larger heart, and they would make other people contest on the seats in Uttar Pradesh, which has been their bastion. I come from a place in Sultanpur where Sanjay Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi. And now Amethi is another constituency over there, but that has been the place where आज भी जाओ तो लोग वहाँ पे इंदिरा अम्मा को याद करते हैं. Tehseen was talking about Sonia Gandhi as Amma in Telangana. वहाँ पे माई करके बोलते हैं, and still people talk about Indira Gandhi. So people are leaving Congress not because the voters are only abandoning them, because most of the leaders also do not have any vision, and because their prime leader doesn't have a vision. आपके जब मुखिया के पास कोई विजन नहीं है तो आपके जो छोटे लीडर्स हैं उनके पास कुछ नहीं रहता ले जाने के लिए.
Okay, so to giving your hugs to Tehseen and your appreciation for Rashid's energy, but the last word to Aarti. Sorry, Rashid, you wanted to come in briefly? Rashid? Tehseen, Tehseen. Okay, Tehseen, go ahead, Tehseen. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing about Ashok Chauhan ji, and I had spoken to him. This was when Nana Patole ji had resigned as Speaker of Maharashtra Assembly. I think Varun will know this very well. And Congress failed to get another speaker on board. The speaker was decided. It was an MLA from Pune. He was decided everything. A special 3-day session of the Maharashtra Assembly was called, and Ajit Pawar scuttled it. I'm saying this on record. Ajit Pawar scuttled it, and our CLP did nothing. Oh, Ajit Pawar scuttled it, and they allowed it. And Ashok Chauhan was livid at that point. It wasn't Nana Patole's fault, to be fair. But he resigned as speaker. He became president. We didn't have another speaker. So when this whole government fell, BJP, first thing they did was change that NCP deputy speaker. By the way, went to Ajit Pawar also. And then Rahul became the speaker. Imagine if there was a Congress speaker then. It would be difficult for this split to have happened. So these are things that practical leaders who are chief ministers, who are mass leaders want. In no organization should a chief minister go. If a chief minister is going, a 2-time chief minister, I think we should worry. As much as it sounds like I'm defending him, I'm not defending Ashok Chauhan. I am saying we should introspect. Barkha, I'll ask you, if someone from your team goes, won't you at least introspect why they went? It's okay. They may go for whatever reasons. Won't you introspect? That is something we should do. I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm saying it in a way out of concern. We should. It's a good thing to introspect. It's not a bad thing.
I think Rashid, sorry, Aarti. Rashid, briefly, we really need to give Aarti the last word.
I'm just signaling to my friend Tehseen that the 15 former chief ministers have left Congress since 2014.
15?
So 15.
Yeah, I know.
What? Can you count some of them? Can you, Rashid?
No, you go on. I think it will take a lot of time, but there's so many of them. I mean, he would know who all are there.
Yeah, Himanta, Ashok Chauhan are people that...
Himanta wasn't chief minister.
Oh, he meant those people who were chief ministers when the Congress...
Were chief minister and left. Yeah.
I see.
And then
Azad.
Reddy.
Azad.
Azad. Yes.
Okay. All right. We can do this exercise after the show, but that's quite a figure there. Aarti, closing word, right? The Congress is, I think, every congressman or woman is in it for short-term survival. That part, I think we all agree with. But what about the Gandhis? They seem immune from this need to survive.
Yeah.
Do they?
And Barkha, that is precisely the point I wanted to make, where, I actually disagree with what Rashid said. There doesn't seem to be that survival instinct in Rahul Gandhi. I want to go back to 1999, when the Congress came down to below 120 seats under Sonia Gandhi's leadership. And actually, there was within the Congress a lot of murmurs went on. Rashid would remember a lot of murmurs about whether she was capable of leading the Congress, whether she was capable of being Congress president. Does she have any political instinct? Her dependence on, this coterie of advisors around her, and so on and so forth. And then, I mean, I think her survival instinct was very strong. That's when she decided, she turned to Surjit of the CPM, Harkishan Singh Surjit. They mapped out a strategy, and she did that famous walk to Ramvilas Paswan's house on the eve of elections, sewed up that alliance, and they actually pipped the BJP to the post, although Atal Bihari Vajpayee was this major figure, on the horizon.
Yeah.
But Rahul Gandhi seems to lack that completely. I mean, does he not realize, forget the Congress party's survival, his own survival is in danger? And instead of doing what Sonia did on the eve of the 2004 elections, which is concentrate on building alliances, building bridges, getting partners on board, working out some kind of a strategy, planning joint campaigns, and so on, he's out traipsing somewhere in, the fields and villages of Eastern India, and he's inaccessible.
Yeah.
I mean, does he not even, the elections are barely weeks away. The dates are going to be announced maybe in 2-3 weeks. Campaigning, BJP is already in full campaign mode. Their potential candidates are already on the campaign trail. They've got the Ram Mandir as their main, spearhead for the elections. And of course, they've got Modi. And where is Rahul Gandhi? Is this the time to do the Bharat Jodo Yatra, for God's sake? I mean, really, honestly, does he have a survival instinct even? Or does he feel that he's born with this golden spoon, this, sense of entitlement, that he is protected by that golden spoon and nothing will happen to him?
I agree with every single word you've said. I really show my opinion on the shows I moderate. But Tehseen, how can you? I mean, I was going to close with Aarti, but you raised your hand. How can you possibly disagree with that?
No, I don't actually. And I just want to say that when the Bharat Jodo Yatra happened, the earlier one, for all my criticism of, say, Digvijay ji, for sometimes he says things out of turn, etc., it was supremely well organized. There was media coverage, there was interaction, something was happening every day. This Yatra not even getting media coverage because of the people who've organized it. They were just, and Rahul ji, in my opinion, should have been in Delhi stitching up alliances. Look, East India and South India will only come into play when you win North India and West India. You're not winning that. There is a problem, and we are in East India, South India, and we're not getting even the coverage. The Prime Minister gets coverage in Dubai or UAE. We're not even getting coverage. Who's covering the Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra? So I think it's such a colossal waste of resources in that sense. And then you say it's not a political yatra, but at least I am a political person. I'm a political analyst. Why should it not be political? Politics is a good thing. We are in politics. At least I want to be in politics. So why is it a bad thing?
The Indian Express is now reporting at this moment that Rahul Gandhi could join the farmers' protest today and skip the Jharkhand leg of Bharat Jodo Yatra. I don't know how that's going to play out. Any quick reactions? Anybody to that?
I'm just really my heart to Tehseen for being so honest on this show, Barkha. For actually having the courage to say that the Bharat Jodo Yatra is poorly timed. This is not the time to do it. And I mean, he just, I don't know really where he's going. I mean, jumping from Jharkhand to the farmers' protest, does he have any kind of strategy in mind? Is there a focus to what Rahul Gandhi is doing? I don't think there is. And this is the tragedy for the Congress. They have a leader who's not focused. How can the party be focused?
Okay, anyone want to come in before we close on this news that we're now getting that Rahul is moving to the
I
farmers?
just have one small, I'm too young in the panel. Oh, sorry. I'm the youngest in the
You are
panel,
not
but
younger than me.
I'm younger than you,
You are not
Testing.
younger than me.
We will argue this later, but I'm just going to say one thing. This is what the BJP has and the Congress doesn't have. The BJP has the best of the strategies. The Congress had, or probably they even have, they are not using it. Tehseen is lying here giving them advices, but they do not want to listen to them. Probably that would be one thing that might save Rahul Gandhi and his party.
One last thing.
Go ahead.
Between Prime Minister Modi and Rahul Gandhi, if you were to do a one-to-one comparison, it isn't too bad off. It would perhaps be a 6-4. It's not too bad off. There are some good things Rahul Gandhi has, which Prime Minister Modi doesn't. There are a lot of good things Prime Minister Modi has, political experience, etc. It's not too bad off as a one-to-one between the two of them. The difference,
Bad
the
advice.
massive difference comes in. The massive difference comes in when you look at the core team of Prime Minister Modi and Amit Shah, and Nadda, Bhupender Yadav, those guys, and then you look at the core team who are around Rahulji, and that is where the difference becomes too stark. I'm not saying Prime Minister Modi is not ahead of Rahul Gandhi. I won't mislead on that. But it's still a fight. The difference in the political people here with Amit Shah ji, Bhupender Yadav, Nadda ji, etc., and the political people here is stark. And that's where this team goes down really bad. That's the problem. They aren't real hardcore grounded politicians who are fighting.
I'm going to request all of you to stay on for just 3 more minutes. This development, the news development, now the Jharkhand Congress has officially given a statement saying that he has scrapped the Jharkhand leg or shortened it. We are hearing he may go to Rajasthan and then head for farmers' protest. Jharkhand Congress President.
He's in Rajasthan already. He's in Rajasthan today.
I'm sorry. This was before he went and attended the Sonia Gandhi nomination. Thereafter, he's now heading to farmers' protests. I'm reading an earlier statement. I'm saying this is no longer in doubt. Okay, I'm just going to play out Rahul Gandhi speaking to a protesting farmer, and then I want to talk about Rahul at the farmers' protests. Can we please play that?
आंख में और छर्रे लगे हुए हैं गोलियों के सर।
अच्छा,
हाँ जी,
पुलिस वालों ने मारे?
पुलिस वालों ने डायरेक्ट गोली हिट किया जी।
अच्छा, आंख में तो नहीं लगी ना?
आंख में सर डायरेक्ट एक छर्रा लगा हुआ है, बाकी हाथों और दोनों हाथों पे है जी।
अरे भाई, आपकी आंख दिख रहा है आपको ठीक से या
नहीं,
आंख डैमेज हो गई है?
नहीं डैमेज तो नहीं है सर, ऊपर जो पलक होती है उसके ऊपर ही चोट है, बाकी आंख का बचाई है। अभी डॉक्टर साहब आए नहीं है, चेकअप होगा अभी।
अच्छा है।
हाँ जी, बचाई है फिलहाल आंख का जी।
अच्छा, तो आपको शरीर पे छर्रे लगे?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी सर।
कितने लोग घायल हुए वहाँ पे?
तकरीबन सर 100 से ज़्यादा तो घायल हो चुके हैं, बाकी अभी चल रही लगातार फायरिंग सर।
और सीरियस कितने लोग हैं?
सीरियस तो सर ज़्यादा नहीं है, तकरीबन 3-4 आदमी को ज़्यादा चोट है। एक की तो दोनों आंखें डैमेज हो चुकी हैं सर।
चंडीगढ़ 30 के करीब।
अच्छा
सर, मैं 17 साल आर्मी से सर्विस करके रिटायर हूँ। मेरे को मालूम है भी एक भीड़ को या जम्मू कश्मीर में कहीं है उसको भगाने के लिए डायरेक्ट हिट गोली कहाँ पे की जाती है। ये कोई टेराजिन कोई मिलिटेंट नहीं है सर, ये अपने देश के किसान हैं।
बिल्कुल
सुबह की है डायरेक्ट
हवा में चला सकते हैं,
हवा में चला से सर,
क्यों चलानी है?
पैरों को भी चला सकते हैं। डायरेक्ट सिर के ऊपर हिट किया मेरे सर।
बिल्कुल गलत है।
हाँ जी,
बस हम आपके साथ हैं, आप घबराइए मत।
ठीक है सर।
और बहुत बहुत अच्छा आप इस चीज के लिए लड़ रहे हो, बहुत अच्छा है, ये जरूरी है देश के लिए।
ठीक है सर।
आपने देश के लिए काम किया, पहले किया और अब भी कर रहे हो।
पक्का सर।
शाबाश।
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर।
Okay, Kerala Congress released that video of Rahul Gandhi speaking to an injured farmer caught on camera. He's now heading after Sonia Gandhi's nomination from Rajasthan to officially, we know this officially confirmed now, to join the farmers' protest. Quick last remarks, anybody who wants to come in. You were all making the point he's not on the streets. Is this the context that he should be on the streets? Aarti, any thoughts?
No, Barkha. I mean, so again, he's hop, skipping and jumping all over the place.
Yeah.
What is his line? What is his strategy? What is he working towards? It's all very charming and he's very nice. And, it's really, I mean, I'm glad that somebody spoke to this farmer and, expressed sympathy and all the rest of it. But politics has to have a strategy. What is Rahul Gandhi's strategy to ensure that his party lives to fight another day? The
Yeah.
way things are going, the Congress party, I mean, Modi may well be right that the Congress party is going to come down to below 40 next time.
Yeah.
Barkha?
Yeah.
That is the
Someone,
thing.
yeah.
Rahul has to have that, he has to have that focus that his party needs to be around. He needs to be around, not just do some nice little gestures of expressing sympathy to somebody who's been injured.
Tehseen, you wanted to come in and then Rashid? Yeah.
Yeah, this is real. This is the real Rahul Gandhi. He is empathetic, and I mean, sometime I will share an experience that I had when somebody was injured and how he followed up with me on the person me. Okay, this is really him. I disagree with Aarti on a little bit. I think it is his duty as an opposition leader to stand by people who are being shot at. It is his moral duty and his duty to stand up. Also, if you see it politically, the way I see it, Punjab, the seats are Congress is supposed to will lose seats. They got more seats last time, 8. As per the surveys, they will lose seats to Aam Aadmi Party. So him being there also politically does help the Congress. Let's not take that away from him. But here's what Rahul Gandhi will need to do, and I've actually sent a message. This is what they need to do. When they promise that MSP will be legally guaranteed to farmers, he will need to explain it to the people of India how that will happen, and it can happen economically. And he has the brains and people like Raghuram Rajan, etc., to help him put that out on how they will attain it, how it will be given, because then that adds credibility to what you say. So add that one thing, add a little bit of it. So then then it becomes a good talking point. Do something so there's a talking point. So I
Okay.
think that should be added. How?
So do you think it's a good idea for him to join the farmers' protest?
Yes, not as a leader, to show solidarity with them. Be there, not go on the stage and give a speech. Definitely not personally attack Mr. Modi. Be there, sit in solidarity below. Let the farmers take the stage, but be there because they've been shot at. No other country would farmers be shot at, or from drones, tear gas bombs would be thrown on them. That's unacceptable. It's unacceptable in any democracy. You can disagree with the farmers. You can't do this to them. And it's his duty to stand by them as an opposition leader. He would fail in his duty if he didn't stand by them.
Rashid, last word. I can't hear Rashid.
Deepika Padukone, when she came to JNU and stood there in silence, it's not going to work. He has to take a leadership role.
Are you comparing Rahul to Deepika?
He should abandon it.
ये थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो गया ना?
नहीं ज़्यादा क्या हो गया? आप कह रहे हैं कि he should come and
sit silently. Rahul and Deepika is an actor. She was promoting a movie. उसका तो duty है. So I'm sorry I'm interrupting.
No, you're within your rights to belittle her. I think she had a sense of...
I'm not belittling her.
Of course, you are saying that she came to promote a film.
Of course she did, but you can't compare Rahul Gandhi to Deepika Padukone.
Let's hear his argument. Let's hear Rashid's argument.
Anyway,
I'm sorry I've interrupted you.
See, this Mr. Tehseen Poonawala's this thing about blame it to advisors is a Tota Maina ki kahani. It has no strength. Mr. Rahul Gandhi believes in Jairam Ramesh. He believes in, all those people, Yogendra Yadav and company. Anybody in this panel who doesn't believe that is living in, La La Land. So this is the thing. This sense of helplessness because of blaming it to advisors is a very old trick.
Yeah. But why did you think of Deepika Padukone at JNU? Tell us that. When you hear Rahul Gandhi at farmers' protest, why have you thought of Deepika at JNU?
Because my good friend Tehseen was saying that he should go there and sit, stand in silence or sit in silence and not say anything. Are Baba, he is not. He's a leader of a political party. If he believes in farmers' agitation, the entire Congress party should come on the street. And more importantly, all the Congress ruled states, like there are very few, but those Congress, states of Telangana and Karnataka should start implementing what Rahul Gandhi is saying. Show the way. Then people will find, yes, this government is serious.
Absolutely. And this whole thing of, sitting in solidarity. I mean, please, Rahul Gandhi went and joined Anna Hazare during his hunger strike against corruption.
Another Deepika moment.
He sat on stage with Anna Hazare. What did that get him? What did that get the Congress party?
I think the political...
honestly, really, I really sometimes wonder, which land Rahul Gandhi moves
Okay.
in. Where does he do his politics?
I think the other thing we haven't thought about is that the government, which was engaging with the farmers, is now going to turn around and say, "See, we told you so. This is a politicized movement. It is not a people's movement." So I'm not sure he's even helping the farmers. Varun, were you wanting to add to that, Varun?
Yes, I was going to say something on those same lines, but Barkha, you said it right. And secondly, BJP would celebrate if Rahul Gandhi goes there, because
That's right.
it will help them in two ways. Because Rahul Gandhi going over there, he will be directly wanting to eat the votes that the Aam Aadmi Party was trying to make its vote bank in Punjab. And the BJP doesn't have a very good future in Punjab, so they do not. They don't care. But the Aam Aadmi Party and Congress fighting over there help.
It'll add credence to the BJP argument that this is not a people's movement. This is a
Absolutely.
Yeah.
politically. Tehseen, do you see that at least? Do you see the logic of what we're
Yeah.
saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only
Yeah.
reason I say Rahul Gandhi ji shouldn't say anything is because the government will turn it around on him. But I do concede to Rashidji's point that in Karnataka and Telangana, implement the MSP right away. Do it before the code of conduct and say we did it. This is our financial model and we'll do it. And then I also concede that the Congress workers should take the street, but not in the farmers' movement. If Rahul Gandhi is going there, go there silently, but don't, because the government will turn it around on him. That I do believe they will. Because it's also about the speeches, right? How you
Yeah.
speak. So that's very important, how the government turns it around.
So let's wait and see what he says when he reaches there and what happens. But the political parallel or analogy of the day has to be like Deepika Padukone at JNU. We thought it was counterintuitive, but Rashid explained himself. We had a good laugh, but there's perceptiveness in that. A photo op doesn't make a political strategy. A photo op has to be a subset of a political strategy. It's not a strategy in itself. Thank you very much. It's been a great conversation. Thank you. Tehseen, Varun, Aarti and Rashid. Always a pleasure. Take care. See you soon. Mojo Story has always made a commitment to its viewers to go to where the story is. And as you can see here, we are at the epicenter of the Israel war on Gaza. We are right at the front line, about 1 mile from the Gaza Strip, as the Israeli military gets ready with its tanks and its gunners to begin its final frontal assault that will take troops into Gaza. As we said, we are not like other organizations. We believe in giving you all sides of the story objectively and as much as possible from the ground. And that's exactly what we're doing here, covering the biggest global story today from the epicenter of the war zone. So please, we need your support. Support us, become a Mojo member, subscribe to us, spread the word, and thank you for your support.